I'm most concerned about far-right paramilitaries and street fighting gangs taking it upon themselves to monitor polling stations, which would amount to voter intimidation. The possibility of voters being scared away from the polls because there are gun-toting gangs walking around them. What you see with the militia movement, and maybe one of the reasons why it's particularly bad nowadays, is that American freedom, the American conception of freedom, has always had this very strong grounding in the ideas of Thomas Jefferson and the idea of the yeoman farmer, and his ability to operate his sort of own little kingdom on his own little farm, through the power of his reason and his hard work. Well, in fact, that Jeffersonian idea of the free yeoman farmer is really only possible in a colonial setting where there's an ample reserve of land and natural resources that can be taken from the people who are currently using it, in this case, the native populations of this continent. The United States colonized the East Coast, and then it colonized the Midwest, and then it colonized the West Coast, and then it colonized the Gulf Coast, and then it expanded outward into the world with the Pax Americana and the United States' rise as an economic global hegemon. And then it tried to expand out into cyberspace. And well, guess what? We've run out of exploitable frontiers. And Americans who really rely on this Jeffersonian notion of freedom, how do you respond to that? The psychological stress and strife that comes along with that is really extreme. And I think that's one of the reasons why the militia movement is so vociferous. Really the core value that the people who make up the militia movement hold, that Jeffersonian ideal, it's untenable.